Get up. You don't want to. Good. That's the exact reason you should. You feel tired, worn out, mentally drained. Good. Because that's when warriors are born, not when it's easy, when it's hard. You think motivation is gonna save you. Wrong. Discipline will. You think someone is coming to push you. Wrong again. It's you. It's always been you. Wake up earlier, train harder, focus deeper. Why? Because life doesn't care about your feelings, it only responds to your actions. You want success, respect, strength, then stop whining and go earn it. Comfort is a lie, it feels good, then it rots you from the inside. Hard good, that's how it should be. You want to feel strong? Then do the work when it hurts. You want to build a legacy, then bleed for it in silence. Every time you hit that snooze button, you weaken your edge. Every time you skip the hard thing, you become soft. And soft people don't win. You hold the line every damn day. Pain, bring it. Fear, face it. Doubt, crush it. Because there is no backup plan. There is no someday. There is only now. And what you choose to do right now defines who you are. You want to lead, then lead yourself first. Get up, move, execute, no matter what. Because if you can win that war inside your own head, then there's nothing out here that can stop you. Discipline is the weapon. Use it daily, not once, not when you feel like it, every single day, because motivation is fleeting, it's weak, it disappears the moment you get tired, the moment life gets hard, but discipline shows up regardless. Discipline doesn't care if you're tired, it doesn't need permission, it doesn't need applause, it just does the job. You want to change your life, you want results, then forget about feelings, build discipline. Discipline is doing the work when it's raining, when it's dark, when you're exhausted, when no one is watching. It's not sexy, it's not fun, but it's effective, it wins. Every morning, you have a decision. Hit snooze or get up and hit back. That's the battle, and that's where discipline is forged. Not in some grand moment, not in the spotlight, but in the quiet, in the unseen. When it's just you versus you. Discipline is what gets you in the gym when the couch calls your name. It's what makes you put in extra reps when no one's counting. It's what forces your hand to write, build, create even when inspiration is nowhere to be found. It's the engine behind greatness. It's the muscle that carries you through failure and the armor that shields you from weakness. People look for hacks, tricks, secrets. Here's the truth, the only hack is consistency. And the only way to get that is discipline. Daily, you have to train it like a muscle, and yes, it's going to hurt, but pain is a teacher, a brutal one but honest. There will be days you don't want to do it. Good, those are the most important days, because discipline isn't about doing things when they're easy. It's about doing them when they're hard. That's what separates the average from the elite, the excuse makers from the warriors. Discipline makes you unstoppable. You become dangerous, focused, relentless, and when the world throws chaos at you, you're ready, because you've built a machine that doesn't break when life applies pressure. It thrives in it. You want to change your mind, your body, your income, your future. It starts with a simple decision: do the work, no matter what. That's it. Not when it's convenient, not when it's popular. When it's hard, when it's uncomfortable, that's when it matters most. Every day is a test, and discipline is your answer sheet. You either show up or you don't. You either get better or you get weaker. There is no in between. There is no pause button on progress. You move forward or you fall behind. So pick up that weapon, sharpen it, use it daily. Let discipline carve your path. Let it push you through the fire. Because when everything else fails, discipline remains. And that is your edge. That is your power. Nobody cares how you feel. Do it anyway. That's the truth. The world doesn't stop because you're tired. It doesn't pause because you're unmotivated. It doesn't wait for you to feel ready. Life keeps moving, and if you want to stay in the fight, you move with it. You don't ask for permission. You don't hope someone understands. You get up, you show up, and you execute. Your feelings don't build success. Actions do. Your emotions might be loud, but they're not reliable. Discipline is. You think the elite always feel like doing the work. They don't. They feel the same pain, the same doubt, the same resistance, but they act anyway. That's what makes them different. You can't expect growth and chase comfort at the same time. At some point, you have to make a decision. Are you going to be ruled by how you feel, or are you going to rise regardless of it? Because feelings change, but consequences don't. You skip the work today because you're not feeling it. The results will reflect that. And when reality hits, when you don't get what you wanted, you'll wish you acted in spite of the emotion. You have two options every morning: surrender or fight. And no one's coming to save you. No one's handing you a free pass. Your goals don't care about your excuses. They don't care that you're tired, sad, stressed, or bored. They only care if you showed up. Pain is part of the process. So is doubt. So is fear. You don't wait for them to leave, you move through them. That's where real power is built. Not in the days you feel good. Not in the moments of motivation, in the grind, in the silence, in the discomfort. That's where you earn your edge. You can't complain your way into strength. You can't cry your way into progress. You can't wish your way into discipline. You've got to do the work, period. When it's hard, when it hurts, when your emotions scream stop, that's the moment you lean in. That's when the growth begins. This isn't about being emotionless. It's about being in control. You can feel fear and still move. You can feel overwhelmed and still attack the task. That's what winners do. That's what leaders do. They lead themselves through the fog, through the chaos, through the internal storm. You don't need to feel strong to be strong. You just need to act like it, and the action creates momentum. The repetition builds toughness, and that toughness creates unshakable confidence, not built on how you feel, but on what you've conquered. So next time your emotions tell you to quit, to rest, to wait, don't. Get up, move forward, do it anyway, because your future is counting on it, and nobody's coming to hand it to you. You want it, then earn it no matter how you feel. Comfort kills. Pressure builds warriors. It's that simple. Comfort feels good in the moment, soft, warm, easy, but it's a trap. It lulls you to sleep while life moves forward without you. You sit still long enough in comfort, and you start to rot from the inside. Your ambition fades, your discipline weakens, your edge dulls. You become fragile mentally, physically, emotionally, and fragility breaks under pressure. But pressure is where strength is forged, where warriors are made, where people stop pretending and start becoming. Pressure doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care how scared you are. It simply demands more, and in that demand, you either rise or break. And if you break, good, because now you know where your limit is, and that's exactly where the work begins. You want growth, get uncomfortable. You want power, put yourself in hard situations, test yourself. Struggle, suffer, fail, get up and do it again. That's how warriors are built, not through ease, but through fire, through chaos, through adversity. When you train under pressure, when you live under discipline, you become something the world can't shake. You stop flinching at discomfort because discomfort becomes your home. Comfort tells you to hit snooze. Pressure demands you rise before the sun. Comfort tells you to skip the gym, skip the grind, skip the challenge. Pressure tells you that your enemy's out there training and you're already behind. Comfort makes you soft. Pressure hardens your mind, sharpens your focus, strengthens your resolve. Every day you choose. You can live inside your comfort zone where nothing grows, or you can step into the unknown, into the pain, into the fear. That's where the real version of you is waiting. You just have to go find him. You can't be both comfortable and great. Greatness requires sacrifice. It demands discipline. It thrives in pressure. That moment when you feel like quitting, that's when the warrior version of you is being sculpted. Don't run from it. Lean into it. Let it break you down and rebuild you better. Pressure is honest. It shows you who you are, and it shows you who you could become if you stop running. The people who win are the ones who stop avoiding the work. They embrace the pressure, they use it, they become dangerous because of it. So stop chasing easy, stop chasing balance, chase progress, chase the challenge, let pressure become your training ground. Because when the world comes crashing down, and it will, the person who's trained under pressure will stand. Everyone else will fold. Comfort kills dreams. Pressure births warriors. Choose wisely. Your future self is watching. The standard is you hold the line. No more looking around for someone to set the pace. No more waiting for someone to hold you accountable. It's on you now. You are the standard, the example, the leader. And that means one thing: you do not break. You do not drop the bar because life gets heavy. You do not lower your expectations because others have low ones for themselves. You hold the line because that's what it takes. People talk a lot about discipline, about mindset, about success, but very few actually live by a code, a standard that doesn't move when things get tough, a standard that doesn't shift when no one's watching. That's the difference between average and elite. The elite hold the line every day in silence, without applause. You say you want greatness, then stop making exceptions for yourself. Stop allowing laziness, excuses, and weakness to creep in. Because every time you allow a crack in the standard, you lose ground, and that ground is hard to win back. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your standards. If your standard is weak, you'll fold. If your standard is strong, you'll fight. And don't confuse this with perfection. This is not about never making mistakes. It's about owning the standard even after you fall, getting up and getting back to work without negotiation. No pity parties, no blame, just relentless responsibility. That's what holding the line means. It's about being the same person in the dark that you are in the light. When no one's clapping, when there's no reward, when it's just you and the grind, you stay locked in. You do the work, not because it's easy, not because it's fun, but because the standard demands it. Others might quit. Others might cut corners. That's not your concern. You are not them. You don't lower yourself to fit in. You raise the bar and force others to rise because you represent something. You represent discipline, integrity, grit. And if you can't hold the line for yourself, who else will? When the pressure comes, when life gets chaotic, when the storm hits, your standard is your anchor. It's what keeps you from falling apart, and the beauty of it is this: once you make that decision to live above the line, everything else becomes clear. You know what to do, you know what's right, you don't need a crowd. You don't need validation, you just need to stay committed. This life will test you. It will tempt you to quit, to settle, to compromise. Don't blink, don't bend, don't break, because the standard is not out there, it's in you. And the day you choose to hold the line, no matter what, is the day you become unstoppable. Pain is the price of progress. Pay it proudly. There is no growth without suffering, no transformation without struggle. Every ounce of strength you gain is bought with discomfort. Every inch of progress is paid for in sweat, in sacrifice, in relentless pressure. That's the truth most people avoid. They want the results, but not the cost. They want the reward without the risk, but life doesn't work that way. You don't get stronger by avoiding pain, you get stronger by embracing it. You think champions got where they are by coasting, by playing it safe? No, they bled for it, they failed for it, they pushed when everything inside them screamed to quit. They stared pain in the face and kept going because they knew pain wasn't punishment, it was progress. It was the signal they were growing, getting better, becoming more, and that's how you need to see it. Pain isn't the enemy, it's the entrance. Every time you suffer, every time you struggle, every time you push past the point of comfort, you're building something. You're shaping character, you're building mental calluses, you're becoming the kind of person who doesn't fold when things get hard. There's a cost to everything worth having: the body you want, the career you dream of, the discipline you admire. All of it comes with a price tag, and that price is pain, not once, but repeatedly, day after day, rep after rep, battle after battle. And if you want it bad enough, you'll pay it not with resentment, but with pride. Because you know every second of pain is buying you a future few will ever touch. You've got to get to a place where pain doesn't scare you, it excites you, because now you understand pain is proof you're in the fight. Comfort, that's where progress dies. Comfort keeps you stuck, but pain stretches you, forces you to adapt, to evolve, to overcome, and the more you endure, the more you realize you can. The pain that once broke you now fuels you. It becomes familiar, not easy but necessary, because with every painful rep, every hard decision, every lonely moment of discipline, you're sharpening your edge. You're forging a mindset built for war. So don't run from it, don't hide from it, step into the pain, own it, and when it hits, and it will smile, because you're paying the price, and that means you're moving forward, that means you're not like the rest. That means you're building something real. The world respects those who earn it the hard way, who don't flinch when it hurts, who don't look for the exit when pressure rises. Be that person, show up. Pay the price and wear that pain like armor, because every scar you collect is proof that you didn't just talk about progress, you paid for it in full. You want respect, earn it in the dark, not on the stage. Not when the lights are on and the crowd is watching. Earn it when no one's around, when it's just you, the grind, and the voice in your head telling you to quit. That's where respect is built, not in public victories but in private wars. In the quiet hours when no one sees the effort, but you put it in anyway. Everybody wants to be respected, but most aren't willing to do what it takes. Respect doesn't come from titles. It doesn't come from talent. It comes from consistency, from sacrifice, from showing up when it's inconvenient, from working when it's uncomfortable. It's what you do behind closed doors that determines what they say about you when those doors open. You can post all you want. You can talk about goals, about mindset, about hustle. But words mean nothing without proof, and proof is built in the dark, when you get up early, when you train late, when you say no to distractions. When you choose discipline over comfort, every rep, every decision, every moment, that's the price you pay for respect. Real respect isn't something you demand, it's something you attract by who you are. And who you are is defined by what you do when nobody's watching. You want to be respected by your peers, then grind like no one else is willing to. You want your name to mean something, then back it up with action daily, relentlessly, without fail. The dark isn't the enemy. The dark is your proving ground. It's where doubt lives. It's where excuses grow. It's where most people quit, but it's also where greatness is born, where resilience is built. Where the strong are separated from the weak. You stay in the dark long enough and you come out forged harder, sharper, unstoppable. You've got to be willing to suffer in silence, to do the work and expect nothing. No praise, no likes, no spotlight, just the quiet satisfaction of knowing you're becoming dangerous because you've built yourself from the inside out, earned every ounce of strength, earned every skill, earned every ounce of respect with blood, sweat, and time. And when the moment finally comes, when the lights hit and the world sees you win, they'll call it talent, they'll call it luck, they won't understand. And that's fine, because you'll know the truth. You earned it in the dark. You didn't cut corners. You didn't fake it. You didn't wait for someone to give you permission. You just did the work again and again and again. And now you don't need to ask for respect. You embody it. So if you want that edge, if you want to be someone they can't ignore, don't chase recognition. Chase mastery, chase effort, chase discipline. and earn your respect where it counts most in the dark?